Good morning, y'all. Happy Sunday. All right, so hear me out. I was just thinking. So, what if your family ain't really supposed to be quote unquote your family? What I mean by that is, like, I know a lot of us, especially in the black community, we hear a lot about the distorted relationships between mother and daughter and, you know what I'm saying, father and son, stuff like that. And you know how sometimes when you don't have the best relationship with the mom, especially with older daughters, they be, you know what I'm saying, they'll say like your mother can be your first bully or your daddy can be the first man that broke your heart. But what if your family ain't really supposed to just necessarily be the quote unquote family that they make it out to be in these movies? Like, what if your family was a soul contract or a lesson for you to evolve or build character development throughout whatever assignment you have in your life? Like, I don't think we really look at it from a different perspective because we be solely stuck in a mindset of, well, I'm so hurt because this supposed to be my family, this supposed to be somebody that's supposed to protect me or not hurt me. But like, what if they supposed to get you to your actual soul family or your soul tribe? Like, I feel like a lot of us, we look at the things or the trauma that happened to us as a weakness, but sometimes the stuff that has happened to us was already like in the cards for us. Because like they say, God, from what in the Bible says, I knew who you were before you were even born, before you knew who you were. So a lot of these things when we go through, we already knew it was, not that saying God already knew it was supposed to happen, but then that's where our free will comes in, where we pick and choose whether we can live in the trauma or we can evolve from it. Like, when you hear a lot of success stories, you hear a lot of people like go through homelessness or child abandonment, or like, you know what I'm saying, going through some type of sexual trauma when they were older, and it created over time, when they got the proper work done and they did the proper spiritual work, they developed this character development where it allowed them to evolve into somebody who was either a person of ministry, a person of leadership, a wealthy person, a businessman. It taught them some type of achievement, or it taught them some type of character development to get them. Because I feel like if a lot of us really got the life that we live, we would have been in a place of contentment, we would have been in a place of complacency, and we would have been very comfortable. But a lot of times the assignment over our lives is for us to go through some type of hardship in order to build us up to be prepared for the levels of the success and the wealth that we are supposed to have in this lifetime. Like, I feel like if you want to be a successful businessman, you got to be able to cut off friends or to cut off people who don't mean you no good. Like, if you never got your trust betrayed for somebody, especially when it kind of like money, how would you know to have this type of discernment when it comes to who you can trust with your finances, especially if you like a person who is in like business where you have accountants, you have people that are legal attorneys that's watching over your paperwork, different stuff like that. So I feel like it's different. It's this, when I think about it, life is damn near like a Mortal Kombat game. You hear me? Like, it's like a level one. You have these minor setbacks, and then the more you level up and you evolve from that character development phase of your life, it creates, like they say, more levels bring new devils. So it's like the more that you evolve, the levels get harder because you go into a place of elevation and enlightenment, and you go into higher levels of consciousness in your life. So I feel like, especially when it comes to family, we really got to stop expecting our family to be the quote unquote family. That's not the family that we supposed to have in a sense of peace and harmony and love, but in a sense of, like I said, character development, teachable moments, and self-improvement. So I mean, I don't know, I was just thinking about that because I'm like, it's a lot of us where when we are going to a certain level in life and we look back, we like, damn, we get the least support from our family, but a person that don't know me, they'll root for me. And it's like, your family was supposed to root for you. They were supposed to hate on you because they were supposed to teach you discernment, and they were supposed to teach you to trust your own intuition and not off the strength of, well, that's your sister, so she's supposed to support you by default. That's your mama, so she's supposed to love and support you by default. These people will show you that there are other people out in the world like that, so you have to use your better judgment and your discernment to weed out the ones who are not really in your corner. So, I don't know, yeah. I think family are just key points in your life and development, to where it'll show you that everybody that's your family ain't really supposed to be your family. They are just supposed to be teachable moments in your life. They are supposed to be karmics, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be like, even the person that you may have felt like you was gonna spend the rest of your life with, they were supposed, and you like, why God, why would you send the person into my life to do this? Like, they're supposed to. Because if you kept being naive to certain situations, you were going to keep falling to the same pattern. So it's like, the more you know, the more you grow. So yeah.